The U.S. has a new top cop. Donald Trump's former personal criminal attorney, Todd Blanche, is now the interim attorney general, as the portrait of his predecessor, Pam Bondi, is swiftly removed from the walls of the DOJ. The Wall Street Journal reports President Trump told Bondi she was out as attorney general Wednesday as the pair rode together in the beast to the Supreme Court's birthright citizenship arguments. Joining me now, law professor at the University of Michigan, Leah Littman. She is co-host of the Strict Scrutiny podcast and author of Lawless: How the Supreme Court Runs on Conservative Grievance, Fringe Theories, and Bad Vibes Law School. Thank you so much for joining us. Good to see you. So, Todd Blanche has helped lead the charge, using the courts to go after Trump's political foes and express pride for helping purge the DOJ of the federal agents and prosecutors who worked on the prosecutions of Donald Trump. What will his leadership, even if just short term, mean for the Department of Justice?
I think it's just going to be a continuation of what we saw under Pam Bondi, because Pam Bondi was in a lot of ways a victim of her own making. You know, both she and now interim AG Todd Blanche has signed up to work for someone whose primary promise with respect to law enforcement has been to target political enemies, target people who dissent from the administration. And apparently the president's gripe with former Attorney General Bondi was that she couldn't actually do that. But that's not on her. That's because the Constitution and our laws and our system of constitutional democracy, if it's working, should prevent whether it's Pam Bondi or interim Attorney General Blanche from actually bringing about the very punitive prosecutions that the president so desperately wants.
Do you have any kind of gut check on how long you expect him to stay in his new job? Do you think he gets the top job and keeps it?
I don't think he's going to get the top job. I think he was trying very hard to audition for that top job by saying a lot of ridiculous things, last week at the CPAC conference. But the reality is that Todd Blanche is now inextricably linked with the transfer of Ghislaine Maxwell to a lower security prison. And of course, one of the reasons why Donald Trump reportedly became dissatisfied with Pam Bondi is over her handling of the Epstein files. The fact that AG Blanche is so now connected with the transfer of someone who was convicted for sex trafficking and sex crimes related to Jeffrey Epstein, I think should make him unconfirmable, and probably does make him unconfirmable in this political climate with the president's plummeting public approval ratings.
Mm-hmm. And even beyond Epstein, Donald Trump reportedly wasn't satisfied with Pam Bondi's handling of lawfare, those court cases against his perceived enemies, which largely have gone nowhere. Can Bondi's successor succeed where she did not?
I don't think he can, and I don't think he should. The reason why Pam Bondi couldn't succeed is because federal judges, grand juries, and juries rejected the spurious, vindictive political prosecutions and indictments that they sought. You have had numerous cases, for example, the attempt to investigate the current chairman of the Federal Reserve Board, Jerome Powell, dismissed because a federal judge concluded it was a politically vindictive prosecution that had absolutely zero basis for suspecting the chair committed a crime. And that's not going to change no matter who's asking for the subpoena or the indictment, if it's AG Blanche or Pam Bondi.
Okay. Leah Littman, as always, appreciate all your insights. Thank you.